Moving on to our second session, we've got Leicester with the project called Quaranteens. I'd like to invite Bez, Leah and Tyler to switch on the cameras if you want and present your project.
Okay, thanks Ralph. My name's Bez Martin. I'm the Rights and Participation Manager for Leicester City. I have the honourable job of introducing the co-chairs of our care experienced consultants who are here today to present about their lockdown project work, Quaranteens. Our care experienced consultants is a group of young people aged 16 to 25, either in care or who have left care, who work with us to scrutinise council services and to meet with decision makers to help improve services that young people receive. And they've had a very busy 12 months, but as we all went into lockdown and during very unprecedented times, we all had to start thinking in a different way about how to reach out and support the young people that we work with. And the group created Quaranteens, a social media campaign aimed at supporting young people as they lived during lockdown. It had a number of different facets, and without further ado, I am going to hand over to the wonderful Leah, who will start to explain about the project. Thank you. Over to Leah.
Hi everyone. So our care experience consultants also created cards from care. These was cards with positive messages from young people living in lockdown. Young people were invited to send positive messages back. These were designed into a piece of artwork. After the success of this campaign, we was also invited to speak on BBC Radio Leicester. This was my first time speaking on the radio. I was very nervous, but also very excited, and it was an amazing opportunity for me. So if we can go over to the next slide and hear a bit from our BBC Radio interview.
Is encouraging young people to share their thoughts on how to cope with the lockdown. The City Council are hoping the cards from care will help young people in Leicester support each other. Bez Martin is manager of the Rights and Participation Service at Leicester City Council and joins me now. Good morning, Bez.
Good morning.
Right, tell me more about what you're doing.
Hiya, we're working with our participation youth groups. We have a Young People's Council and a Care Experience Consultants group. And we've been working with them remotely since lockdown on how do we support the young people that we work with during these difficult and unprecedented times. And some of the most vulnerable people that we work with are young people in care or are our care leavers. And so with our Care Experience Consultants, we created a campaign called Cards from Care. And the message was that the young people that we work with sent positive morale-boosting messages out through postcards. And what we're asking all those young people who are in care in Leicester City or who have left care to send us positive messages back that we can then disseminate out as a morale booster or messages of hope during these difficult times.
So what are exactly the cards with care? They are the positive messages that will be shared amongst people to give them a bit of hope and a bit of a boost at this time.
Yeah, totally. Young people have sometimes an insight and a way with words that we adults don't. And we're starting to get some messages back now that are really uplifting and inspiring and full of hope. So we hope to be able to share them out, back out to our young people in care, to our foster carers and our children's homes, to those that have left care, but then also to promote them through our social media channels.
Have you got one of those messages to hand at all? Can you share with one of your favourites that you have?
Yeah, one of my favourites is from a very young girl that says, "A hug from me to you." And another one is that embrace change and make the most of a bad situation, wash your hands and stay safe, and people are telling you what to do because they care.
That's lovely, isn't it? That's really nice. Now,
yeah,
now also joining us this morning is a care leaver, Leah, who is a member of the Care Experience Consortium. Morning, Leah.
Morning.
So tell us how you're involved with the project.
So I'm a part of the Care Experience Consultants, and I've been helping create the cards from care and trying to, we've recently set up a Twitter account, and so I'm trying to get the positive messages out through the Twitter as well.
What is it that you feel about words that can change people's mindset and change how people are feeling at this time?
I think just a simple message of some of the messages like Bez has been saying that we've been getting back, just a simple message like a hug from me to you. When we've been seeing these come through, they're just so inspiring. It just gives a message of hope.
We turned all the messages we received into a final piece of art. We are sending this back out now to people, and we plan to display it at our council headquarters once lockdown restrictions are eased.
In response to feedback from young people receiving food parcels, we saw that not everyone knew how or what to cook from the ingredients given. The CEC quickly created a closed Facebook group and launched Monday Night Dinner, an online cooking session. Sessions were delivered by staff and young people using the ingredients delivered in the parcels. The CEC met with staff responsible for delivering the food parcels and were able to negotiate different ingredients to be added. The session also included a live quiz delivered by a different member of the team each week to further bring people together. In addition, we made our Quaranteens video messages to other care leavers throughout lockdown. Here are some examples we'd like to share with you. Hi all, hope everyone is well during these difficult times. My name is Tyler and I'm here to give a little advice on how to cope during COVID-19's lockdown. Isolation is a very serious issue which affects a lot of us, especially amidst the recent pandemic. It is important to realise you are not alone in this and people are there to comfort and support you more than ever, as a lot of people can relate to the current struggle we as children in care and care leavers face. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Help is out there for us at the moment, so make sure you take advantage of any support you can. At the moment, the internet is a great tool. We can call, video call, stay entertained from the safety of our homes, so make sure you utilise it. Which leads me to my next point, which is to find hobbies and tasks to occupy yourself with. I understand this is not always easy, as motivation can be hard to come by, especially while trapped indoors, but honestly, it really helps. Sitting with too much time to think about things can take us to a dark place, so try be open to trying new activities. Finally, I just want to say well done. We are getting there and we will get through this. It is hard times, but I truly believe it simply underlines how strong we really are. We should all be really proud. Again, be there for each other, and remember, none of us are alone.
One of my top tips for during lockdown would be to keep in contact with friends and family members, even if this is just a short conversation explaining how your day's been and how you're feeling. Also, make use of all the apps that are available, such as Zoom, Skype and Google Hangouts. This is a great way to see your loved ones virtually and does make things better instead of just a normal phone conversation.
We also used the Quaranteens platform to make films for young people on other topics, such as supporting Mental Health Awareness Week and Carers Week 2020. We worked closely with the Leicester Young People's Council. Here are some of the tweets that were sent out.
With young people living a new life in lockdown, the team felt it was important that we was able to offer a varied programme that young people could engage with. It was important that our sessions were interactive and fun. We worked hard at finding ways to make online direct work interactive, fun and appealing. We delivered lunchtime sessions on British Sign Language. We introduced fancy dress, games and quizzes to our online meetings. These sessions helped young people to network and learn new skills. I personally built my confidence a lot through these sessions.
We also ran online singing and MCing workshops. The idea was to give young people an environment where they were still able to engage in formal participation, where they could have fun, make friends and still grow in confidence in these strange times. We supported a number of young people throughout the sessions and also supported with the formal recruitment processes. Overall, it was a big success and still continues to be. For me personally, it allowed me to take my music to the next level in getting studio time and finally having the resources to share my creativity, all with the help of my mentor from the sessions.
Even in lockdown, we were still able to engage in formal participation. We supported a number of recruitment panels for jobs for both public health and social care. Here we are supporting an online interview.
As a response to the gap in participation projects for children and the younger young people, both within the cohort of children looked after, but also across our open access participation offer, we developed Quaranteens. This was the start of Children in Care Generation Select. It sees us working with young people all aged between 11 and 15 years, participating in sessions online, working to build relationships and support group members to grow in confidence in order to take part as much as possible and to feel comfortable doing so. The group are currently undergoing their training in order to carry out the first Children in Care Generation Select inquiry. The inquiry theme will be what makes a good corporate parent. Our two CEC co-chairs have been co-delivering these sessions with staff and have fully taken on the role of peer support worker, displaying skills to support young members in their learning. One of the best things for me as one of the co-chairs who works with Generation Select is that I actively get to influence positive growth in the younger generation. It's important to me that every young person's voice is listened to, and this is why I love working as part of the team.
Thank you all for listening, and on behalf of the team, thank you very much for having us today. Any questions?
Have we got any questions in the chat, Billy?
There's none in the chat box, no, but I don't know if anyone wants to put their hand up and just ask themselves. There's loads of praise though. While you guys are so busy, amazing work. Well done, and everyone's clapping and things. Oh, we've got a hand up. Whose hand's up?
I just wanted to ask if the video that Tyler made, the quarantine video, are they able to be used at all?
Yeah, they're on our Care Leavers website. We're able to share the link. There's 5 Quaranteens videos specific for care leavers. We've got about 15 Quaranteens films, which are, for all young people, but 5 dedicated for supporting and for the challenges that care leavers face during lockdown. So we can share the links to the care leavers films. That's on our care leavers web pages at leicester.gov.uk.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. I think we've got an event next week and it would be really brilliant to use one of those. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat box if you give me a minute. That's great.
We'll also put it onto the website when we share materials after the event. So we'll share as many useful things as we can.
Holly said, love the Monday night dinner idea.
Thank you, Holly.
I think a lot of people like the Monday night dinner idea.
Who doesn't like dinner, hey?
Exactly. Everyone likes food.
Ralph, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering, the videos, when we first went through these, actually, the quality of the videos is really good, and I was just wondering if you had someone, a care leaver that was just really talented at doing that, or his design team, or
Yeah,
I do a lot of stuff and I can only use words and paint, I'll be honest with you. So.
Okay, and I'm with you on that one. All of our young people are really talented in loads of different ways. They were done by a young person. I think it was a app called Filmora that they used to make them. But yeah, they are really lovely quality for all the films that we did across lockdown. But yeah, so we didn't have to pay anybody to do them.
So if we've got no more questions, then I'd like to thank all the speakers, and a very strong presentation as well. I can tell you just knew what you were talking about. So thanks again, and we'll move on to our next keyword.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone clap in chat box as well, please. If we clap in real life, it'll crash. So the next keyword for this session is 2. It's a small word, but every little counts. So remember, you need all 8 to enter the prize draw at the end of the day. So that keyword is 2.